Hello, my name is Victoria James. I'm an animal trainer and behaviourist, and today I'm going to talk to you about animal training. I'm here with Champagne, who's waiting here very patiently. I'm going to talk to you first of all about bridge signals. Now, bridge signals are what we use when we train animals, and this is one bridge signal, it's a clicker, and here's another one, a whistle. But there are a wide variety of bridge signals that you can use, but the clicker is very, very effective. It's the one thing I'm going to focus on talking to you about today. And the reason it's called a clicker is because it makes a click sound. I'm going to turn that round and you can see a little tab on the back, and when I press that, it makes a click sound. So it's very, very effective, and you might ask why we call it a bridge signal. Well, a bridge signal is called a bridge signal because it bridges a gap between a behaviour being performed and also reinforcement being provided. Now, a typical type of reinforcement would be a treat. It could also be a cuddle, cuddling Champagne here, and it could also be a toy, anything really that your dog finds reinforcing. Now, I say dog, that's what I'm going to focus on with you today, but the clicker can be used with all different types of animals, perhaps a parrot or even a cat or your horse. So it's very, very effective. It's based around shaping behaviour positively, having fun, and really just showing your dog how you want your dog to behave. That's where the skill comes with animal training. So it's very, very important. So how do we use the clicker? Well, for example, I might ask Champagne to sit, and then I would provide a click, and then I would provide a treat and praise as well. But you don't have to use a treat all the time. When you first start training, you tend to use a higher level of reinforcement because you're really, really encouraging your dog to succeed. That's really, really important. But as your dog becomes more accomplished, you won't treat every time, and you can ask your dog to do more things before you do treat. But also you can just use praise a lot of the time as well. But it's really, really important, first of all, before you start using this, to really set the scene and really show your dog what the clicker means. So the way in which we can condition the use of the clicker is to really just relax with your dog and introduce the clicker in this way. So first of all, we'll click and then treat. And you can spend a bit of time on your sofa when you're chilling out with your dog, you're watching your favourite soap, you can just sit down with your dog and practice click, treat, click, treat. And that way your dog will start to perform an association. What Champagne's doing here is she's associating the sound of the clicker with the reinforcement. And it's really, really important to always reinforce after the click so that the association can be maintained. But the sound of the clicker, once it has been associated with the reinforcement, as soon as Champagne hears that, she knows, I've done the right thing, excellent, I've done the right thing, I'm on the right track, and my owner's pleased with me. So the clicker is very, very effective because your voice tone changes from day to day, whereas the clicker is the same all the time. It also is very, very quick as well. You have to be quick for a dog to make an association. So when I use the clicker, if you like, buys me time to go into my bum bag and grab a treat. Just a note here, it's good to have a bum bag because you can store all your treats in there, and it just makes sure that your behaviour flows, your behaviour is deliberate, it helps you to feel more comfortable. The last thing you want to be doing is searching around in pockets and things and trying to find a treat. So the more deliberate, the more flowing your behaviour is, the more comfortable your dog's going to be. And it's important to think about what you're going to train, and as I say, the more confident, comfortable, and the more you're having fun, the better results you're going to get from your training because your dog knows that you're comfortable. So very, very effective. It's very good for shaping behaviour. So what I mean by shaping is building behaviour approximation on approximation. For example, when you build a house, you build brick upon brick. So this is what we call shaping. And what we do when we shape a behaviour is we break one whole behaviour down into little approximations so that it's manageable for your dog to learn. And dependent on your dog, you have to tailor those approximations according to your dog. Every dog is different. Every dog's pace of learning is very different. So you want to tailor that according to what your dog finds best. Often a huge behaviour sometimes can be more difficult for a dog, so that's the reason that we break it down into small stages. So for example, if I was asking your dog to sit, or a puppy to sit for the first time, what I would do is take a treat from my puppy's nose and take it back towards the bottom so that you're, if you like, guiding the dog with the use of the treat back into that sit position. And what I would do is every time that dog got nearer to that sit position, I would click and reinforce. And the same thing with the lay down as well. Once the dog had mastered a sit behaviour, I would then take the treat from the nose, taking it lower and lower and lower down to the floor, and I would click and reinforce the dog and praise the dog every time the dog got nearer and nearer to that lay down behaviour. And once that lay down behaviour is achieved, I can start to add in a hand signal, which for example could be an index finger going from the dog's nose down towards the floor. And I would also add in maybe a voice command such as lay down or whatever word you feel most comfortable with. So it's really, really important also when you're shaping behaviour to be really positive and encourage your dog. Remember, there's no such thing as a perfect dog. The important thing about training is to have fun with your dog. Your dog has to want to do things for you. You don't have to be firm, you don't have to shout. It's about being confident, calm, and just having fun. And you know, always finish on a good note when you train. It's really, really important to finish on a good note. And again, just relax and have fun. So there are a few rules with the clicker. First of all, always make sure the behaviour is as you would like it before you click. If you do click by mistake, still reinforce, because that behaviour has to be as you want it before you click for that association to be made. So it's really important, just click, and if the behaviour wasn't as you wanted it, still reinforce, because the dog has to maintain that association with the clicker. The other thing as well is only use it in the context of good behaviour has been performed, click, and then reinforce, so that again the association can be maintained. What you don't want to do is click to gain your dog's attention. It must always be used in that context. The other thing, again, just be enthusiastic, be passionate. The more enthusiastic you are, the more confident your dog's going to be. So first of all, take that little bit of time while you're chilling out with your dog and condition that clicker first of all, and then you can start to apply it to training all different types of behaviours, from sit to lay down to come, twist, and you get more and more adventurous from that point on. So you can buy your clickers from all good pet stores. So please do go out and get yourself a clicker. By all means, do a little bit of research, perhaps employ the services of a professional so that they can show you how to use the clicker and give you more information about it. But of course, feel free to contact me anytime. I believe if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see some information going along there, so you can contact me anytime if you have any questions at all. So yeah, it's about having fun, and get out there and start clicker training. It's very, very effective. Remember to show your dog how you want your dog to behave. It's good fun. I've really enjoyed giving this presentation. I hope you found it helpful, and happy training. Here's a demonstration on how to use the clicker. Champagne, sit. Good girl, Champagne. Good girl. Good girl, Champagne. Lay down. Good girl, Champagne. Good girl. Up. Good girl, Champagne. Good girl. Good girl, Champagne. Good girl.